Ladies and gentlemen, it is pro wrestling's giant personality, the height of independent wrestling, Mr. Larger Than Life, big time Ethan Higher, and you're watching the Final Count podcast.
This is Mega Monzo, and you're Mega listening and Mega watching the Final Count podcast. Yeah!
This is former WWE and TNA Impact superstar Mike Knox, a.k.a. Nux. You are listening to the Final Count. Keep it tuned. Hey everybody, Anthony Corelli here, formerly known as Santino Morella. You are listening to the Final Count.
This is former WWE superstar Victor, and you are listening to the Final Count.
Hi everybody, my name's Berto, and this is my service animal, Hippo, with our good friend Eric. Eric, and you're here listening and watching the Final Count podcast. Yay!
Hey, it's Eric Orris, voice of the Valley from OVW, and you're checking out the Final Count. Citizens, this is Super Z, and you're watching the Final Count.
Welcome to the Final Count. Here is your host, Rymode Mosley, and your co-host, the 502 Ace, Brian Dixon.
What's up? That is right. It is that time again, and I'm back. I'll say we're back because my co-host, as you've seen, kind of lately, Mr. Neil Allen Brewer will be back joining me next week right here on the Final Count as we get back to business. But on this episode of the Final Count, I am joined by an alumni of the Final Count podcast right here. And he is not just any alumni, he is a wrestler himself. And I'm excited to have him back on. It's been a long time coming. We were talking beforehand, been probably about 5 or 6 years maybe since he's been on. And he's done a lot since then. He's been in OVW. He's currently in Grindhouse Pro Wrestling. He's also, as you see, we're going to be talking about the UCW SuperShow in Caverna. That's in Cave City, Kentucky. It is happening today as you're watching this morning. If you're watching this in the evening, you're probably already there, or if you weren't able to be there, you missed it. Tough luck. Sorry for you. I hope you were able to be there, or you're able to go if you're watching this morning. Without further ado, let me introduce to you the UCW Ultimate Champion. He is none other than Brandon Wolfe. Brandon, how you doing?
I'm feeling ready for the day.
Yes, I'm excited. I wish I could be there myself. Hopefully things fall into place till later today to where I can be. But I'm excited. The big match coming up for you. We'll get into that a little bit later, but I'm sure you got the butterflies going on.
It is a mixed bag of emotions for a day. Like, I feel confident on one end, get the butterfly feel on the other, but I'm just anxious. I'm just anxious for this. I've been waiting so long for this opportunity, and now it's in front of me.
Definitely. And it's gonna happen as we see there. That's the title there with you right there?
Yes, this is the UCW Ultimate Championship belt that I'm going to be defending tonight against the very first man to hold this title. And that is the headliner himself, Chris Michaels.
Yes. We'll give you the opportunity later in the program to give Mr. Chris Michaels a kind of a taste of what he's going to get tonight. But first of all, this we talked. We've talked before. We're all wrestling fans, whether you're in the business, whether you're a fan. We've all grew up watching wrestling. We all have been a fan at one point or another. You don't get in the business not being a wrestling fan, most of the time. And so I felt like, this is our review show, our typical review show where we talk about like what's going on in the world of wrestling. This is WWE, TNA. We get into a little bit of AEW here and there, but mainly WWE, OVW, anything local we get into. And so we're going to jump into a little bit of different things. I sent you some topics we're going to talk about. And then we're going to also not only talk and promote the Caverna SuperShow tonight, but we're also going to talk about Grindhouse Pro Wrestling and what's going on over at Grindhouse. As mentioned, you are part of Grindhouse Pro Wrestling as well. So we're going to talk about all that good stuff. But the first thing I want to talk about is we recently, if fans watched the Elimination Chamber, they saw the return of Jade Cargill, who attacked Naomi, leading to last Friday on SmackDown, where we found out that Naomi was actually the one that attacked Jade Cargill. I mean, a lot of people thought it was Bianca, and then I think a lot of people were guessing that it was Naomi too. Are you in shock with that revelation that Naomi was the actual one?
I had a feeling it was going to be Naomi, but because you couldn't turn Bianca heel as of right now, the cards were not in place. But I looked at it while I was watching Chamber, when they had that big angle happen, I was like, there's not a lot of sense in my head. I was like, why would Bianca win? And then you have this storyline along with the side storyline to go with the title. It's just you're putting too much bags into like this one little spot, and you're not giving time for something to breathe and then go. Because Bianca is going to be in this can't breathe scenario where she's going to be doing this Monday, she's doing this Friday. And you're trying to watch, and you're trying to focus on everything, and then you get lost sight of track. So yeah. It's kind of that weird scenario. Like, I know what they're trying to do, but they're over pushing things all into this one bit of clay, and I can see it's trying to mold itself together, but I can see parts where it'll be fallen, and they're trying to like raise it up, and it's just, I just kind of see it's falling through. I mean, it's great that Io Sky is the new women's world champion. Rhea Ripley is now, I believe it's going to be involved. I believe it's going to be a triple threat match when it comes to WrestleMania between her, Rhea, and Bianca, because the cards are in table for it to be a triple threat match, or basically the Wrestle Kingdom kind of style night one or the title defense between probably Io and Bianca, or Rhea, and the next night they wrestle Rhea or Bianca. It's kind of the either you can play with.
Definitely. And I think if you're leaning off what we saw this past Monday on Raw, it is going to, like you said, be a triple threat match. But I like that idea about the kind of Wrestle Kingdom rules. Like that's kind of different, something we haven't really seen in WWE. And especially it's something you can utilize with a 2-night event of WrestleMania. And doing the one match on one night and the next match on the other night. I love that. That'd be really something to see. And then Bianca, winning the Elimination Chamber, I don't feel like that was really a shock to really anyone. I think that's kind of really honestly predictable in my opinion. Here you got the story with Naomi and Jade, and then you factor in, something had to happen it had to be Naomi, right? Or had to be Bianca right there. And so, yeah. What do you think, as far as Bianca winning, what did you think about that? Did you think that was predictable?
It was kind of predictable, but I was kind of like, I saw more of something with Liv winning. Like, I was like, okay, if they go this direction with Liv, I can see, because she's elevated herself enough to where she can have that women's world title program for WrestleMania. She has the skills now to actually do it, and it would be very cool how it kind of built up to be a triple threat match with Liv being involved. There's a lot more story from the past between Rhea and Liv and Bianca and Rhea is more of that dream match you could save for later, which I think that's what they're trying to do, trying to save it for later on instead of trying to do it now.
Definitely. I like that they, with Liv, that they keep mentioning, what kind of year she's had. Keep telling the fans like, look at the year she's had. Look how far she's come. Like, just in the small time that she's been in WWE, was that to me? It doesn't feel like it's been really long. Think about 2017 or so, and so I mean, she's come a long way and has really shown that she can go and work and everything. Then the biggest thing coming out of Elimination Chamber is John Cena makes that long-awaited heel turn. Just the way it happened. I mean, and first of all, let me back up the train here. When we got to the SmackDown where The Rock talked about Cody giving his soul, that he wants Cody's soul. First of all, if you didn't really understand what he was saying, you're like, what does he mean he wants his soul? But then you kind of think about, like, what have we seen in the past? Vince McMahon, wanting people to – Vince McMahon in Austin, Stone Cold was a sellout. And so he became a corporate sellout. John Cena, corporate John Cena now. I mean, I absolutely loved it when I figured out and understood, okay, this is where it's coming from. And as someone who didn't grow up liking John Cena a lot and was one of those fans that wanted to say John Cena sucks and everything, I'm like, I love the whole John Cena heel turn here. I love it.
It was beautiful how they did it. People can say it's long overdue, but you're for the past 20. I mean, over like 21 years, 22 years, 21. It's been hard to like pinpoint when you could turn John Cena heel because how loved he is by the crowd, how much tickets he was drawing in, the merch he was selling. I mean, from top to bottom of everything. And he has a gift of gabs. You couldn't turn John Cena heel even back when he was working with The Rock, where they were trying to. And now that he's turned heel, we can finally, if they unveil it, the song he was going to come out to as a heel, which all the stuff that he talked about heel-wise he would do, we get to finally see it. We get to finally see a heel Cena after all this time that doesn't involve the thugonomics given.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm interested to see what will they use for that entrance theme and entrance song, and it's going to be interesting to see what they do with that. The next piece of news or topic I want to talk about, we have former WWE star Elias, now known as Elijah, makes his debut on the same night that the Colognes, formerly known as Primo and Epico, make their debuts in TNA. I feel like these are three technically big pickups. One for the tag team division, and then Elias or Elijah can now be someone that you can use. I wouldn't put him in the X Division title or X Division side of things, but maybe the digital media side of things, or I mean, heck, I think he could be a good heavyweight champion too.
He's got potential. The digital media, that can be good. Really, I see them in the future. I can pinpoint what they can do. I mean, Elias has a guitar. Joe Henry plays a guitar. You have them, I can see a build up to where they can have that. I mean, a build program with each other. But as of right now, the digital title is with Mance Warner and Sami Callihan right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of tied up in there. It'll probably be maybe a month or two before that title gets freed up for more people to come in and be open to challenge for the belts and such. I see more in line with Joe Henry for Elias.
Yes. Or even like if they did a tag team thing, them versus the Hardys, that would be something really cool to see.
Oh yeah, it'd be awesome to see. I mean,
yes, definitely.
I haven't seen much of Elias's stuff outside when he left. We got let go from WWE,
Mhm.
but I can say the one thing that always catches my eyes is one, he has one heck of a knee. When he does his high knees, they're
Yes,
great. They're good. Man, he's built like a freight train, honestly.
he really is. He really is. Definitely. And then as far as AEW goes, I noticed this past Wednesday. I didn't watch it, but I just read about it. That Speedball Mike Bailey debuted in AEW on Dynamite. That's pretty huge thing right there for him. Um,
It's
I,
awesome. It's awesome to see, and he had a very good showing with uh, Toro.
yeah,
Guy's name. It's I haven't kept up with I don't keep up with a lot of wrestling specifically like outside what I do at
yeah,
times. I try to do what I can, but Mike Bailey is someone that I would love to if I ever get a chance to have a dream match. Everybody right now is kind of like Mike Bailey's the one you want to step in the ring with.
yes, yes.
I
I
haven't
could
figured
see that
stepping
being
on
a
his
good match.
toes, but I would love to step in the ring with him.
Right, right. I could see that being a good match. I mean, the styles and everything, and the body, your heights and everything. I could definitely see that as
Oh,
being
yeah.
a really good match.
I
Um,
I will if Daniel Bryan would have if Mike Bailey would have came by like a year sooner, you
mhm.
would have had him and Brian Danielson go at it.
Yes,
And that I mean I know Impact and AEW's kind of partnership fell and crumbled.
Mhm.
But they would have worked if there could have something worked out, even for one night only. Mike Bailey could have just shown up to accept like a Daniel Bryan open challenge or be someone for Bryan to face. I mean, that's a dream match right there.
definitely, definitely. I mean, I've seen that guy do work some hard hitting matches. Him and Josh Alexander
Oh,
one time in Louisville actually did almost it seemed like an hour long match on an Impact taping here. I'm like,
I,
oh my goodness, wow, it
I
was
remember
so good.
watching that. That was match of the year.
Yeah.
That I watched on YouTube when they posted it.
Mhm.
The one thing that threw me off so much watching that match, and it's nothing against Impact, is just doing their TV, is we kept, because when they did it on YouTube, they weren't showing the commercial breaks like they were on TV.
Right.
So you see the commentary, you hear like, oh, back from commercial break. Literally 2 seconds later, and we're back from commercial break. It just took things out. I was like, at that moment, I was like, just redo the commentary just for that match, just so you
Mhm.
don't have to hear that on repeat the entire time.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but other than that, like it was an amazing match.
Definitely, definitely, definitely for sure. And shout out to Mike Bailey and congrats on becoming a part of AEW. Now moving on to your neck of the woods here as far as Grindhouse Pro Wrestling goes. That's another show I need to get out to on a Sunday here soon. Grindhouse Pro Wrestling recently had. Well, let's jump back a little bit before I get into this. First of all, what happened with the commissioner?
There was a there was abuse of power by Commissioner Fury.
Mhm.
Tony caught him, and he relinquished Commissioner Fury of being the commissioner of Grindhouse Pro Wrestling. Malfi got excited like he was going to get his job back because got taken away from him, but that's not the case. We got Violent J from the Insane Clown Posse being the commissioner, and then after me and Cash Jackson's hard-fought match with the Backseat Boys, HNIC wanted to stick their nose in business, ruin a moment between both teams, and got stripped of the titles by Violent J. And that was awesome. He confused me and Cash by dropping the belts on us after that beatdown, and we thought we were then crowned as champions. But Tony took the titles away. But I feel me and Cash are going to get those titles back and be a 4-time Grindhouse Wrestling Tag Team Champions.
Yes, I completely agree with that. Completely agree with that. And then someone else who's alumni of the show here, she is making headways in Grindhouse, is none other than the current Grindhouse women's champion, that being Miss Allie Albright, everyone's bestie. um, what do you see in the cards for her and Grindhouse?
I would love to see her keep doing what she's doing because she wants to show everybody that buys a ticket, steps into the building, they watch wherever she's at, that she loves this business. She loves wrestling. She loves showing people what she can do, and she's got that fire. I mean, it's very warming when you see her go out there and she gives it her all. Her debut match was against Billy Starks, and she showed that night she's a tough cookie. She can take some hits, and she can give them back. And she's been working really hard over the last 2 years. It's amazing how long she's been doing this, but she keeps showing week in, week out, show in, show out, match on, match off. I mean, she's showing how much better she's getting every single time, and she wants to prove she's the best woman in the Kentucky, Indiana area, the best woman that's Grindhouse can have on their front pages. This is our woman. This is the woman you need to go up against to like make this women's division be as awesome as it is. And it's because of Allie and the others that have been a part of it.
Definitely. Yeah, she is definitely one that the people in Kentucky and area need to be on the lookout for and be watchful for, because she's definitely so much. She's put in the work and it's paying off for sure. And then something, this might get a little touchy here. Oliver Gunner returns not this past show, but the show before, and takes the title off of our good friend, the one and only Berto and Hippo. I'm a friend of Oliver Gunner. Oliver Gunner is a alumni of the show.
Oliver Gunner, I when he was in a new era in Rough House, there's such a history there with him. And he's the guy that smashed literally a sign over my head during that street fight. We pinned him to be tag team champions. There's so much history behind Gunner and myself, Rough House, New Era. But the way he took that title, the amount of head games he played with Berto.
Yeah.
To finally have that moment, and he took that title, and I was just heartbroken because, man, Berto worked so hard to get that title. Like, what he had to do to get that belt. And Hippo being not only his support friend, but he was there along every single bit of that journey with Berto. It broke my heart when not only Berto got the title taken away from him, but when Dallas had to take that mini version away from Hippo. And you could see not only through Hippo's eyes, like how drained he was, but Berto himself, you could see his eyes just be broken. Because that's when his realization hit of just, it's gone. Like, all that to be the guy in Grindhouse, gone. Where dreams can come true, taken away.
I have to hope and just wonder, not wonder, but hope and pray, that Berto can get that title back. And I know he can. I know he can. He can get it once, he can get it again.
I believe in Hippo. But he's got one challenger ahead of him.
Mm-hmm.
That's Clayton Canyon.
Yeah.
Clayton wants that title back too, and those two are going to just butt heads. And Gunner, that smart Brit, he's going to use that to his full advantage. But March 23rd, we get to see how Clayton and Berto are as a tag team.
Yes.
That's going to be interesting to see if they can even coexist after all that happened. Because the last time they teamed up was against Roughhouse. They almost beat us for the tag team titles. We were pretty dang close beating either of them to be Grindhouse heavyweight champion.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting what's going to be going on March 23rd.
The big thing with that matchup on March 23rd, and we're going to promote this a lot more next week on the show as well. But the big thing going into that match is they know one of the opponents, but the other one is a mystery.
The Goon.
Could we see the new era get back together? Could Adrian Alexander come back?
Adrian? I would not be. Well, but how those two ended, I mean, enemies have become friends once again before. Anything can happen in Grindhouse Pro Wrestling. I mean, one guy, I mean, you can't, well, Sage Phillip is pretty much taken care of with KZ. I mean, I can have names in front of me, but I know they're not going to be probably available that night.
Mm-hmm.
Team with Gunner. I mean, we got the Grindhouse Goon. We got Bad Medicine. The cards are on the table, but we'll find out who his tag team partner is on the day of the show.
Yeah, and I mean, we've had announcements being released, which, like I said, we'll talk about more of this next week on the show here with my co-host Neil. But we have announced, Grindhouse has announced that there will be a new commissioner for the month, so it's going to be interesting to see who that might be. I don't know. One name I'm thinking of is Ben Sheeran, the Ben Sheeran brand. Could he be bringing that to Grindhouse again? I mean,
I might have an idea who it could be, but I'm not going to say anything.
I got you.
I have an idea, but I could be way off.
I got you. And then I have to wonder what is going through the mind of another alumni of the show, attacking someone who just also happens to be an alumni of the show as well. Ethan Heyer gets attacked by legendary Larry D. What the heck is going on with Larry D?
Larry? I mean, legendary Larry D. Larry beats off his own drum. And that night he wanted to beat Ethan with it. And what he did was brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, just brutal. Ethan marked up. Face was, you could see all the marks of what he left behind. And Ethan about collapsed backstage. And I sprained my knee against the Backseat Boys, and I thought I was in bad shape after that match because I couldn't stand. But Ethan was in condition where I was like, I can't compete with that. But it was hard. It was shocking to see what Larry did. And I do know one thing. Ethan's going to get up. Ethan's going to keep fighting.
Yes.
I know the next time he sees Larry D, it's on sight. And no matter how much Larry D throws him off, he is going to keep jumping. He's going to keep swinging. And he's going to make sure each time he hits gets higher and higher and higher.
Yes.
That's what he does.
Yes, it is. It exactly is. And, Larry D, I know he's got some explaining to do. I'm sure he's going to have a live mic on the 23rd. And I'm sure Ethan won't be far away. And Ethan's going to get that revenge. And Larry's got to explain himself because questions need answers and everything. And then we also, for the 23rd, heard that It's got a lot of alumni over there at Grindhouse. We also heard that former Impact star, former TNA, if you want to say that as well, a former TNA star, the the monster Congo Kong returns to Grindhouse Pro Wrestling as well. What could be on the mind of Congo Kong going into the 23rd?
I don't know, but if you want to look at the most hard hitting person, because Congo's a hard hitter, he's a heavyweight. The only guy I have in mind is two people: Robert Ketchum and Mac, the heavyweights of Grindhouse.
Yes. Hoss battles right there. I mean,
those match me. That's a Hoss match in Grindhouse.
yeah.
But Larry D speaking his mind, Congo Kong kind of does what he does. Could see two colossal titans go at it.
Yeah. Maybe Congo Kong could be Ethan's insurance policy.
I don't think insurance. I think balcony to jump off of so he can lay down.
True.
Higher elbow.
Very true. I like where you're thinking right there. I love it.
Ethan wouldn't hire insurance policy. He would want to jump off the insurance policy.
I'll jump off. Right. Exactly. With that being said, let's jump over to what is happening tonight as we're speaking. The UCW SuperShow in Caverna. So let's talk about that. First of all, let's as I go through my flyers here, let's talk about the show itself. Just like this is the 25th year of the Caverna show.
Yep.
25-year celebration of the Caverna show. And so let's talk about what people can expect as far as tickets goes, and everything like that.
Well, first row is sold out. Second row is about $18. I think there's one ticket remaining. Third row is $15, and there's quite a few of them remaining as well. And then you have advanced general admission, it's $10, and then you have general admission at the door when you show up. It's about $13. We have our meet and greet at 4 p.m. to 6, where you see all of our fellow wrestlers and all of the fellow legends. Coco Beware is going to be there. Say hi to everyone if you're able to show up, and just enjoy just that time with us. And then get the Hall of Fame ceremony.
Yes.
The doors open at 6. The bell rings at 10. 7, kind of all over the place. But got a Hall of Fame ceremony, and we got the matches, and we got a good lineup.
Yeah, so we got the like you said, the Birdman Coco Beware is going to be there, taking signing autographs, taking pics with the kids and the fans and everything. So don't miss out on getting to see the Birdman Coco Beware live and in person, and get to meet him, get his autograph. Really nice guy. I've met him before myself here, and so definitely don't miss out on the opportunity to meet the Birdman Coco Beware. And let's talk about the Hall of Fame here. We got the Boogie Man, Jimmy Valiant. Or is it
Boogie
Woogie Man? And he's gonna be let me pull up here on my phone here right quick. He's gonna be the Boogie Woogie Boy, the Boogie Woogie Boy. Let me get that right. The Boogie Woogie Boy, Gary Valiant, is going to be the the first. I was the inaugural recipient of the Lifetime of Legacy and Respect Achievement Award. And so that's going to be on the kind of like the pre-show, right? Is that correct?
Maybe. I'm not too sure how they kind of placed everything around involving the awards and the Hall of Fame. I would love to be like that moment where he does it in front of as many people as possible.
Right.
Because even though like it's packed for that meet and greet, when you have all the fans there from when the doors open and the show kind of starts, all those people there, they want to watch wrestling, but they want to see the flowers being given to people.
Yes.
Respect along with it.
Definitely. And then we have the with the Hall of Fame, we go through this list of people who's gonna be inducted into the Hall of Fame. We have, I'm pulling up here so I can read it myself. The 2025 Legacy of Respect Hall of Fame. We have Jason Kid Thrilla, Briss Bain, Shane Morton, the Wild Boys, Ben Jordan, and Steve Neely. Is that correct? Miss Hollywood, Smooth Johnny Spade, Billy Scott, Sexy Sean Casey, and then Little Chief Lone Eagle is going to be all going into the Hall of Fame here. So a bunch of legends going to be at this show, as every year. And every year there's a new class into the Hall of Fame. So it's going to be a big deal, a really big deal.
For the young guys, it's new brains to pick because they have so much knowledge behind them that
yes,
sit down don't like you can talk. Like, I always like to ask a few simple questions just to pick a brain. And there's so much knowledge within that pile, including Gary Valiant. There's so much you can just understand wrestling better just talking to them and just understanding things to where you may have thought something different before, but when you get done talking to them, it opens a new set of eyes for it.
Definitely, exactly. And let me pull up one of these next matches right here. All right, let's talk about right here. We have a special announcement. Chris, is it Cotton or Charles Cotton?
Charles Colton.
Charles Colton. Okay.
Yeah, the man that eliminated me and Ferguson to have an opportunity to cash in any title of his choosing at any time. Kind of like Money in the Bank, bringing TCW, UCW, USWF Championship at any time and anywhere.
And he's a TCW television and one half of the TCW Tag Team Champions.
Yes. He is a double champion. And man, he just wants to collect every single gold that's in front of him.
So he's a belt collector, see.
Triple Crown, yes. He is Triple Crown's belt collector.
There we go. So it's gonna be interesting to see what that announcement's gonna be. And then right here, JR Rock's final match.
Ooh, so many matches with him throughout the fair seasons.
Let's talk about JR Rock here for a second. Who do you think could be his opponent tonight?
That's a good question because he had an opponent lined up, but for reasons this opponent couldn't make it. Mm-hmm. So you got to look through the past of JR Rock's opponents and think who's going to be the one. And we got so many people there, it's going to be hard to tell.
Yeah.
Could have one of our legends come out of retirement to give a retirement match. And you could have someone come in for that we didn't expect to be there. You don't know.
Very true. Very true. And speaking of someone who doesn't know who their opponent is going to be, the USWF Heavyweight Championship match, the USWF Heavyweight Champion, Stan Sierra, has a mystery opponent.
there are so many mystery opponent matches, not just here, but everywhere. I was just in the WBKO Channel 13 station with this man.
Yes.
Gosh, he is a giant. I will say that, and he's the person that held the UCW Ultimate Championship before me.
Really?
Yes, he beat Chris Michaels during the Fairy season last year, and in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, when he wrestled and defended this against Reverend Ronnie Roberts, he broke his leg.
Oh.
And this man is such a bad dude. He cheated to keep this title with a broken leg.
Wow.
Like a Kurt Angle won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck. The dude defended and retained his title with controversial fashion with a broken leg. They had to give it a title, and it led to a battle royal in Harlan County where the Wolfman right here won that very title. But who's going to be the one to step up to him on tonight?
It's going to be interesting to see, and the only one way to find out is get your tickets and be there tonight for this show. It's going to be a show you cannot miss as we're breaking down this card here. And this is just a tease. These are just so far teasers of what you can expect tonight. Let's keep going on this train right here. We have this big tag match. It's the AMW Tag Team Grudge match. Marty Clay and Jack Vaughn teaming up together to take on Kyle Maggard and Maximo Suave. That's going to be a really good match right there.
Oh, yeah, it is. That's going to be that's going to be a really good tag match because you have Kyle Maggard and Maximo Suave. Maximo I've been in the ring with multiple times. Man oozes charisma. The man has a style that you can't ignore. And he's got his tricks to make sure he has the advantage from the matches. But he has one heck of a right hand on him. You know, Kyle Maggard from his size. He's a big man, like Stan Sierra.
Yes.
And you got the opposite side, where it is Marty Clay that came back from Vietnam from that tour, and he's starting to make waves, and I'm very happy he got that opportunity. I'm very glad he expanding to more, and I hope there are more opportunities to go there and other places this year and in the future. But then you have international, because he also travels overseas. He is a sensation over TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all over the place. Former OVW heavyweight champion, the veteran Jack Vaughn. That man has the size to compete against Kyle. And he's got a clothesline that can take that man off his feet like a tree branch. And when you see Kyle Maggard fall, you can hear those branches snap and the clack on the ground. It'll be from the hands of, maybe not from Jack Vaughn's clothesline, but from Marty Clay coming in like a freight train.
Yes. I'm gonna give you a prediction here. My prediction: the winners of this match is gonna be Marty Clay and Jack Vaughn.
I think at some point Jack will slap his thigh.
I think so too.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
I think he's gonna look at the crowd and just
that's like. All right, here we go. We have the UCW Southern States Championship. Randall Shane, the champion, defending against Kevo Thrives. That's going to be another really good match right here.
This is going to be the biggest challenge for Randall Shane.
Yes.
Because everybody's banned from ringside during this match. He's going against Kevo. My very first match in Grindhouse was against Kevo.
Really?
Yes, and it was a match that tested me, and it was in that young stage of Brandon post-COVID, still trying to learn things better. But when I stepped in the ring with Kevo, he pushed me, and I pushed him. And the wrestlers that we are now, it's night and day from back then. Kevo was a lot more toned and built now than he was then, and he's a freaking nature when he comes to that size and the strength he has. So Randall's going to have quite a bit of trouble trying to compete with not only the size and the strength that Kevo has, but the speed along with it, because he's like a cat. It's going to be some type of mixture of styles that Randall, he's got his cheating ways to take the upper hand, but I think Kevo's going to be showing up and showing out, and probably going to be the new UCW Southern States champion.
Definitely. I agree with you on that one. I'm gonna go with you on that one. New UCW Southern States champion as well. Yeah, I completely agree. And I agree with you. Like when I first saw Kevo Thrives at Grindhouse, I was like, this dude is a beast. Like him doing those shoulder tackles and everything.
He's got an aura behind him that you can't
Goodness.
you get attached to.
Yeah, he really does. He really does. I completely agree. And then next match we got
A tag partner.
your tag partner, Cash Jackson. And this is for the TCW All American Championship.
Mm-hmm.
The champion defending is Eric Porter.
Eric Porter, and he won that title in triple threat match in Ferguson. That was a wild week because Randall Shane beat Ryan Roberts in Campbellsville University for the TCW All American title. Then in Ferguson, defended in triple threat match against Dwayne Davis, Eric Porter, and he lost to Eric Porter. And now we have Eric Porter taking on my fellow Roughhouse tag partner, my brother from another mother, my brother in arms, the man that I truly have a lot of respect for because of the battles we went through before forming Roughhouse, Cash Jackson. Now, kind of a man, I'm gonna be rooting for my brother that night. I'll be wanting my Cash Jackson to win.
Definitely. I mean, how could you not go for your brother, your tag partner? How could you not?
How can I not? How can I not be biased? I mean, it's Cash
I'm
Jackson.
gonna bet with you, and
I mean, even though Eric Porter looks like a very older version of me, I can't bet on my future self. I gotta bet on my brother.
He honestly really does.
I know. I cut my hair, but I trimmed because I didn't want the comparison anymore of being.
Like let's let the fans see this again. He does look like an older version of you, Brandon. I love that. That's so funny. And one of these two matches has to be the main event of the night. It's either your match or this next match, to me, in my opinion. And I'm going to say your match is probably going to be the main event. Why wouldn't it be? And so the next match I want to talk about.
Ladies' night. It is my wrestling mom taking on my wrestling sister. Hollywood Haley J taking on her mother, Amazing Marie.
Mother versus daughter.
Oh, yeah. They battled in wars in OVW.
Yes.
Now they got it right here in the biggest show in UCW. Who's going to be the UCW Women's Champion? I can't be biased on this one. Obviously, Haley has been an amazing all-around wrestler. She's taken waves over in NWA. She's had the appearance in AEW. She's traveled all over along. Her mother, as well as traveled, also has fixed me up when I have been hurt on multiple occasions, where I chipped my nose and I got cut underneath my eye. She's seen bandages over my nose and half my face covered, literally, to then go out and finish the night strong. She has been an amazing person to me in this business, and I might have to lean toward wrestling mom.
I'm gonna say Amazing Maria as well. And I have nothing to lose here as far as which one, but I'm gonna go with Amazing Maria as well.
I can go for her, but I got a fear of a loaded sock behind me.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I gotta have my.
And you have to watch for that sock. There's a sock of rock somewhere.
I don't know what's loaded in that thing other than rocks or big old thing.
Like Legos.
I mean, big old bar of soap.
A big old bar of soap. Yeah, exactly. Something.
That's a clean whack.
Maybe she's got a lot of brass knuckles in there or something.
It's gotta hurt.
One big heavy brick, big enough to fit in a sock.
Well, that's a knockout.
And then right here, the main event of the night, in my opinion. Let's hope it is. Why wouldn't it be? It is for the UCW Ultimate Championship. It is the defending champion, Brandon Wolfe, versus Chris Michaels. Now, and this is not just because you're here or anything, or because we're friends, but I am going for you to win, to retain. Chris Michaels, yes, he might be the headliner, but you're Brandon Wolfe.
Yeah.
And yes, he might have the years of experience, but you have the heart, you have the fight, the determination.
Well, you can't ignore that. I mean, you got to take the fact that he has been in this business for 30 plus years, and he has trained and helped people that we watched for the last 25 years be at the top of the game in WWE. And I kind of didn't shed a tear, but my eyes a little watering a little bit seeing that picture because everything that's been going on. And when I started in this business in Franklin, Kentucky, he was there. My mentor is Christian James. His mentor, along with so many other people, is Chris Michaels. This man has seen this young kid with short hair, not that much of a muscle build, from Louisiana, just show up, going to live his dream, and just wanted to learn and love this business. To now is a guy that feels like he's ready to not be the man of the area. Because Chris is the Ric Flair of Kentucky. He is the man. To be the man, you got to beat the man. Well, I don't want to beat the man. I want to be the ultimate. Because that's what it says on that title. I want to be the ultimate of Kentucky. 7+ years being in this business, I have to do things that 30+ years may have not prepped him for. But I know he's got 30+ years I haven't been prepped up for. And 2 weeks ago, my grandfather passed away before I wrestled the Backseat Boys. And I haven't had my time to go into an area to let Bobby know how much he's meant to me, how much this means to me, because I'm going to be showing my Louisiana Cajun pride when I step out in my Louisiana colors, and I'm going to give the match of my life against Chris Michaels. This is the biggest match of my life to this day, and I'm going to make sure tonight it is a match no one needs to miss, and it's going to be talked about. And it's going to be a task because it's not just a regular match. It's a best 2 out of 3 falls match. I can't just beat him once. I have to beat him twice, and that is a task beyond of itself. But Chris Michaels, you have to beat me twice, and that is going to be a task way beyond. I've only been in 1 2 out of 3 falls match against Matty Ice, or Matt Vine as he was back then. I didn't have a conclusion to it. But tonight, there is going to be a conclusion to this 2 out of 3 falls match. It is going to be, that title is going to be in the possessions of either me and Chris Michaels. And Chris, all due respect, you are the headliner, but on that tonight, you are going to be looking at the headlights, and the Wolfman is going to be standing tall as the UCW Ultimate Champion. Because in Kentucky, right here in the Mid-South, I am going to be the Ultimate.
If that doesn't make you want to get out to the Caverna SuperShow tonight, I don't know what else will. So fans, don't forget to make your way down to Caverna. Make your way down to the Caverna High School. And get out to the Caverna SuperShow, the UCW SuperShow in Caverna. Again, that's in Cave City, Kentucky. Don't forget to make your way out there. Go support indie wrestling. Go support this awesome event. And spend your hard-earned money. Go to the meet and greet. Go meet the Birdman, Coco Beware. Go see the Hall of Fame. See it all. And don't forget to, like I said, go buy some merch. Buy some Brandon Wolfe merch.
Oh, I do want to say something.
Yeah.
So when I started with this puzzle paw thing, I want to have like autism awareness, and I have about over 300 of these wristbands. Anyone that has autism, anyone you know that has autism, just let me know and bring them forward. I will personally just hand them a wristband. I guess I'm going to get a little emotional saying this, but tonight's not just more important because of that very reason I said earlier. But I grew up with high-functioning autism, and I was not given it very much hope. I wouldn't be able to talk. I wouldn't be able to have muscle tones or anything special. I wouldn't be somebody. And I went through a lot of therapy to get in this position. A lot of vocal and a lot of physical. I've had support from my family, my friends. I took that leap of faith to get here. And I don't see them but twice a year. I make sure every second counts. I have nieces I don't see that often. But I want to show that their uncle, he's doing what he loves. He's proud of who he is, and I want to be proud of me. My life is a story where I was born with no hope to now I have tonight to be the ultimate. And those tears are finally shed, but I'm going to make sure tonight they shed again, but it's out of pure joy because I am something that doctors said I would never be. And that is going to be my end goal tonight.
There you go. You have you have defied the odds, and I know tonight that it's going to be no different. You're going to put it all out there, and you're going to lay it on the line and leave it there, and prove why you deserve. You've already proven it, but you're going to prove even more why you deserve where you're at. And fans, with that being said, not to change the vibe here or anything, but I do need to pay some bills, and we're going to jump on out of here so everyone can get to Caverna and get to the show. So right now, let me go ahead and actually cue up some music right here.
Hold on. Can I say?
Yeah.
Something.
Thigh slap.
Yeah. That cheers up the moment. That cheers up the mood.
There we go.
So other than that, like what's something you can't wait for? Because I know we got WrestleMania coming up, but is something that you've been on your mind as of late?
As far as wrestling?
Yeah, or anything.
Man, just for me right now, personally, just to get to more shows and get out to shows and things like that. WrestleMania is something that excites me. This time of year, it's something that excites me. And so I'm like, yeah, I love this time of year. I love the WrestleMania season and everything. So yeah, WrestleMania season is exciting for me. I'm definitely excited for WrestleMania.
I am too. It's going to be a show that I think this is going to be the most probably. It's a very important WrestleMania. It's literally the 40th anniversary.
Definitely, it is. And I'm sure all the fans listening and watching are excited about WrestleMania as well. Brandon, we're gonna have to bring you back on for another episode and maybe talk WrestleMania with us in a few weeks. I've enjoyed this.
Love to.
And right quick, let me go ahead and get this music on. I'm gonna plug away here, and then I will give you a chance to plug away your socials and everything in just a moment. All right, here we go. Head on over to ColinElbowBrand.com. Use our promo code Final Count KY to save 10% at checkout. Again, ColinElbowBrand.com. Use promo code Final Count KY to save 10% at checkout. And then if you go to shop at www.shop.com using our personal link in the description of the episode below, you'll be helping us right here at the Final Count and also supporting WWE as well. But clicking that link helps support us here. You might get discounts, you might not. So go grab yourself a nice, merch from your favorite WWE wrestler, T-shirt, action figure, championship belt, replica belt, anything from WWE Shop that you're wanting. Use our promo or use our link in the description of the episode, and you can, like I said, might get a discount, might not, but you're supporting us either way. Then if you head on over to JCountyAPP now, JCountyAPP.com now to get your official Final Count hoodie for only $45 and t-shirts are only $25. Again, head on over to JCountyAPP.com now to get your official Final Count hoodie, which is only $45, and t-shirts are just $25. Of course, you're watching us here on YouTube, but don't forget to check us out on the audio version of the podcast. You can catch it on Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and on iTunes. And last, but certainly not least, head over to w.gg and use promo code FinalCountKY to save 10% at checkout. It is your taste buds' favorite energy drink. Again, that is w.gg. Use promo code FinalCountKY to save 10% at checkout. It is your taste buds' favorite energy drink. And there we go as far as that goes. Let me turn this music off. And Brandon, I'm going to let you now share where people can find you on social media.
Well, I have a YouTube channel. It's Brandon Wolfe Wrestler. Then I have my Facebook of Brandon Wolfe. You got a page of Brandon Wolfe Wrestler. Instagram is brandon.wolf.wrestler. Don't know why I made it that way, but my Twitter is at Brandon Wolfman, and that should be about it. I think there's Thread, but I'm never on there.
All right. Fans, go follow Brandon Wolfe on all of his social media accounts. Follow him on YouTube as well. Subscribe to him. All that good stuff. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And do that for us here as well on YouTube as well. Yeah. And then one more thing, Brandon. How can, if I'm a promoter out there and I'm watching, listening, how can I get in contact with you for my next show?
My social medias, and I'll get my email out there for people to get in contact with me too.
All right. Well, promoters, if you're looking for an awesome wrestler to get on your next show, hit Brandon Wolfe up and send him a message on social media or his email as well. And go book Brandon Wolfe for your next show, and you will not be disappointed. And at this time, Brandon, again, I'd love to thank you for coming on and being my co-host this week. I've enjoyed it, and it's been great having you back on. Again, you're always welcome to come on.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks, man. And as I say every week, we will see you down the road.